They announced Nestor Smith just moments ago, and he did not come out of the dugout. He did show up prior to the ball game, and they originally had him in the lineup. He went and got treated at the doctor today. And from what I was told, they did some stitching up inside his nose, a couple of spots that needed attention, and then advised him not to play for a couple of days. Well, bloody nose, there might have been some skepticism as to whether he should actually sit out 2 days. However, just a little while before game time, Ed Noddle went in to talk to Nestor, and Nestor was simply standing there and wasn't even exerting himself. And all of a sudden, his nose just opened up like a geyser. I mean, it was disgusting. It was like something out of Stephen King's The Shining or something. It was quite frightening. Ed was standing there. Ed got covered in blood. The front of Nestor's shirt and the towel that he was using just soaked with blood. So it's not a good situation with Nestor Smith. So, if there is any skepticism about Nestor not playing, forget about it. I mean, it is a very serious situation that has left him feeling lightheaded. And obviously, there's just no way that he could go out there and play tonight. But again, this is a Brockton Rox team that had to play quite a few games this season without Nestor Smith as he dealt with some very serious groin pulls. And they played well in his absence. Is this a better team with Nestor Smith? Obviously, it is a better team with Nestor Smith. But they have shown that they have the ability to win without Nestor, and they're going to have to do so again tonight.
The best-of-5 playoff series with the New Jersey Jackals was now tied at 1 game apiece, but yet another hurdle had been thrown in the Rox' path, 2 actually, as Francisco Matos had re-injured his groin and would be limited to DH duties for the remainder of the year. The injury to Nestor was worse. It was much more serious than originally suspected, raising questions as to whether he would be able to play at all during the rest of the postseason. But this team had overcome so much adversity to get this far that its fans were beginning to get the feeling that they weren't going to let anything get in their way now. Oh, and speaking of fans, the series had shifted back to Brockton, and Campanelli Stadium would be rocking.
A fantastic night for baseball. Not only fantastic because of the weather, but fantastic because of the Brockton fans. They have packed this place. It is a great crowd on hand, and they are already getting into it, making a lot of noise, and the first pitch hasn't even been thrown yet tonight. And the Rox have played very well at home this season, 28-16 at Campanelli Stadium, as compared to a 23-24 record on the road. To the top of the 4th inning we go. We are scoreless. This game is absolutely flying along due to a couple of outstanding pitching performances by Jackson Crowther and Scott Martin. Scott Martin wearing long sleeves under his jersey top. It is a little chilly tonight. Darrell Brinkley at the plate now, flying out his first time up. It's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on line drive. Right field going to drop in front of Torres for a base hit. Torres plays it on one hop, and Brinkley is aboard with the second hit of the ball game, a 1-out single that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Kevin Gryjak. Line drive second base, off of the glove of Davis into center field. Back-to-back singles by the New Jersey Jackals. Travis Bailey at the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Brinkley takes off. Ground ball. The hit and run is a base hit to left field. Arroyo up with the ball. The run will score, and the hit and run works to perfection. The Jackals take a 1-0 lead. Bases loaded. 1 out. Scott McKee at the plate. He struck out his first time up. Had 4 hits in a row, but still only 1 run. And Martin's still in a situation where he can minimize the damage here. He's ahead of McKee, 0-2. Looks in for the sign from Mel Rosario. Has the one that he wants. Comes to the set position. Brockton fires the 0-2. Pitches in there for a called strike. McKee hands on 3 pitches. Big pitch there by Scott Martin. It's his 5th K of the ball game. That will bring up Carlos Pagan, who comes to the plate with the sacks full and 2 outs now. 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on a high fly ball to shallow left field. Bustos retreating, calling off Arroyo, and Bustos makes the over-the-shoulder catch for out number 3. The Jackals do get a run, but they leave the bases loaded. 1 run, 4 hits. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Jackals 1, the Brockton Rox 0. And it brings up Jake Daubert, who struck out his first time up. Ground ball, slowly hit down to third base. Tough play here. Crowther barehands it and will not make a throw to first. Jake Daubert is aboard with the Rox first hit. He didn't hit it far, but he hit it in a good spot. Daubert being held at first base as Darren Blakely steps to the plate. Darren's bat has been ice cold in the playoffs. Switch hitter batting left-handed. A 1 pitch, little flare into center field, and a broken bat single for Darren Blakely will put runners at first and second, and back come the Rox. Greg Lewis coming to the plate now. Grounded out his first time up, but this is a guy who has had success against Crowther this season. Daubert getting a healthy lead at second. Blakely with great speed at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on line drive, left center field, base hit for Craig Lewis. Daubert will score. Blakely heading for third base, and the Rox have tied the ball game at 1-1 on an RBI single by Craig Lewis. Pitching coach Brian Drummond came out, had a quick chat with Jackson Crowther, who had zipped right through 3 innings without allowing a hit. Suddenly, with 1 out here in the 4th, a single by Jake Daubert that was just a little bleeder down to third base. A broken bat single into shallow center by Darren Blakely, and a laser shot into left center by Craig Lewis. The Rox have runners on the corners in this tie ball game, and Francisco Matos steps to the plate. First pitch to Matos. High pop-up, he doesn't get the job done. The third baseman McKee is calling for it and makes the catch just to the side of the pitcher's mound. A huge out there for Jackson Crowther, 2 away. It brings up Saul Bustos. Bustos' bat has been very quiet second half of the season. First pitch to Bustos. Swung on at another high pop-up, and it looks like Crowther will get out of this. The shortstop, Rowan, will make the catch on the outfield grass. And the Rox settle for 1. They strand runners on the corners, and at the end of 4 complete, it's the New Jersey Jackals 1, the Brockton Rox 1. To the bottom of the 7th here at Campanelli Stadium, which is rocking tonight. A big crowd on hand to watch a sensational pitching duel here in Game 3 of this playoff series. The series is even 1-1. The game is even 1-1. And John Wilson Crowther, they call him Jackson, is ready to go back to work. Jackson Crowther was not drafted out of college. Pitched for Cal Riverside. Was signed by the Expos in 1999. Ground ball back to Crowther. He knocks it down, picks it up, throws to first in plenty of time to retire Matos. And the Rox have not had anybody on base since the 4th inning against Crowther. 2-0 pitch on the way to Bustos. Misses outside, and this is a rarity. 3 balls, no strikes to a Rox hitter. Crowther has not walked anybody in this ball game. 3-0 pitch. He's walked 1 now. Bustos draws a walk on 4 pitches. You wonder if Crowther has basically hit a wall. It is Mike Torres coming to the plate now. The 1-0 pitch. Misses outside. 6 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone by Crowther. He's still throwing hard, up around 89, 90. But now suddenly he's lost his way to home plate. 2-0 pitch on the way. Swung on, high fly ball. Deep to right field, but playable for Bailey. Being called off at the last second by the center fielder Samuels, who makes the grab for out number 3. And you have to question swinging at that pitch. After 6 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone, Torres flies out to center, and that will do it for the Rox. Another 2-2 pitch on the way from Scott Martin to Craig Conway. Swung on, line drive, right field, base hit. A good at bat. Conway safe at first base with a 1-out single. Martin had retired 5 in a row. You may have heard the announcement, the crowd responding to the arrival of Connor Brooks, who is usually brought in save situations, but I think Ed Notto is going to go to Connor whenever the game is on the line coming down the stretch. Conway representing the go-ahead run in this 1-1 ball game. He singled with one out, and that was it for Scott Martin, who pitched a whale of a ball game. 7 1/3 innings. Gave up 7 hits to the best inning team in the league. Did not walk anybody. He struck out 6. Darrell Brinkley, veteran minor league player and independent league player. He's been around for a long time and has just missed getting the call to the big leagues. Pitch misses up high, so Brinkley draws a walk. Not the way Brooks wanted to start things. Runners at first and second now with one out, and it brings up the cleanup hitter, Kevin Gryjak. Brooks rocks and fires his first pitch to Gryjak. High fly ball deep to left field. Arroyo back, reaches up and makes the catch for out number 2. 2 gone now, and it will bring up Travis Bailey after Gryjak flies out to left. Early in this series, the Rox center fielders were shading Bailey towards right field, and he was pulling the ball into the gap. Got a triple that way earlier in the series. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, fly ball center field. Blakely has it measured, reaches up, makes the grab. He was positioned perfectly for that one. It's now becoming a game of chess as we head down to the bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 1. Ed Nottle went to his bullpen to bring in Connor Brooks in the top of the 8th inning. He got the job done. Now as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, Joe Calpapietra has gone to his bullpen. It is Matt Pike in relief of Jackson Crowther, who pitched very, very well tonight. In the month of August, Crowther's earned run average was 7. That's awful. But in this ball game, he was outstanding. He leaves with the score tied 1-1, and now it is Matt Pike on the hill. Matt Pike, 6'2", 190-pound right-hander. Pitched for Elmira last year. Pitched very well for Elmira. Payoff pitch on the way. Swung on, driven deep to right field, but foul. Mel Rosario hits it out of the ballpark, but to the right of the foul pole. That ball got out in a hurry, and Mel was just a little bit out in front of that pitch. But another 3-2 pitch to Rosario, misses inside. Mel draws the leadoff walk. In a tie ball game, that was a beautiful at-bat by Rosario. And now the Rox have the potential tie-breaking run aboard. Arroyo lays down the bunt. Back to the mound. Up with it is Pike. Throws it away! Rosario headed for third. Here comes the relay throw, and it's not in time. A head-first slide, and Rosario able to slide under the tag of Scott McKee. The Rox have runners on the corners with no outs. Arroyo will get a sacrifice bunt for that. Now it's Mike Davis coming to the plate. The 0-1 pitch. Comes inside and hits Davis. That will load the bases. Davis will take the base the painful way. 3,894 fans here at Campanelli Stadium are going bonkers as Jake Daubert comes to the plate. The infield is playing in for the New Jersey Jackals. As Pike looks in for the sign from Pagan, comes to the set position. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that was a big strikeout there by Matt Pike. That brings up Darren Blakely, and maybe this is the perfect guy for this situation. The former Jackal, the former 5th-round selection of the Angels in the 1998 draft, the guy who has been traded for the likes of big leaguers Glenn Allen Hill and Sterling Hitchcock, steps back up to the plate. Full count, bases full, and the pitch from Pike. Swung on, ground ball short, throwing up with it, throws to second and throws it away. 2 runs will score, and Blakely winds up at third. It is Brockton 3, New Jersey 1. Once again, Connor Brooks is 1 strike away. Base runner Pagan not being held at first base. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up. This could do it. Craig Lewis, Mel Rosario converging. It is Lewis making the catch. And the Rox have taken a 2-1 lead over the New Jersey Jackals with a 3-1 victory.
Now the Rox were just 1 win away from advancing to the championship series, but also just 1 loss away from having to return to New Jersey to face arguably the league's best pitcher in Joel Bennett. Buckle up and be sure to click the subscribe button to follow my wild and wacky journey with the Brockton Rox, because more episodes are on the way. Thanks for watching.